who wants to speak? Okay, I'm going to close the floor after this gentleman speaks, other than council.
Okay.
I didn't forget you. I don't see anybody. I'm sure, my guess is everyone's going to speak again. I just sign it out.
Mr. President,
Yeah.
I don't want to speak. I want to hear counsel for the applicant address the points raised by the state representative.
And you asked that, you know that.
Thank you.
Sir, can you state your name, please?
Doug Campbell. If the citizens of Newcastle County knew that it took 4 years and $1 million to deal with all the levels of bureaucracy, to deal with a failed institution that Deldot may or may be, they'd probably be pretty disgusted considering we are losing manufacturing. We lost the GM, the Chrysler plant, Valero now is shut down. How much more bureaucracy are the people going to put up with before, you people here start getting replaced? I'm telling you what, next year, 2010, the election, it's going to change this state. We're not putting up with all this bureaucracy. I mean, this woman is representing a company that seems to be more than willing to do anything that you guys want in order to get their plant put up. But, if they're not willing, if you can't even open the plant unless something is signed off by Deldot and have all these different traffic studies with traffic that doesn't even exist yet, it's all speculation. We don't know what's going to happen with traffic 2 or 3 years from now when they finally get the plant built. It is absolutely ridiculous that we have this many levels of bureaucracy, and this is why the businesses' hands are tied, and this is why they're getting sent overseas, because they don't want to deal with this. What's the point? Companies are in business to make a profit. In this atmosphere, you can't even get a building built. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, I'll take questions.
Yeah, I have one. Because I agree with the gentleman. But did you hear it's Deldot?
Right.
And we're supposed to hold this 2 weeks. And it was 2003, I correct you, it was 6 years. At 4. Do you really think 2 weeks as a public would make a difference?
No. It's a hang-up. It's another delaying tactic.
Right. Okay, thank you.
And sir, some of us agree with you.
Well, thanks. I'm here representing the public.
Very good. Sometimes different voices need to speak. Okay, Councilman did ask for Mr. Goodman to come back, and I promised that, and then anyone that has a question. Councilman Bell.
Thank you, Mr. President. I agree with Councilman Weiner on the fact that the ordinance in its current form does place an unnecessary burden on our civic associations and our maintenance corporations. If we're going to do this thing, let's do it right. And if we do it through the Department of Agriculture and they confirm that it does not violate any of the deed restrictions of a community, then so be it. But I agree with Councilman Weiner, and I'm not able to vote in favor of this ordinance this evening in its current form.
Mr. President, may I call for the question, please?
Yeah, I did see one hand with the honor, the person who hasn't spoken at all, Councilwoman Dillard.
Oh, sure.
I would just like to say there's only about 300 lots that this would apply to in the 5th District. But my concern is, just as Councilman Weiner, Councilman Bell, and Councilman Tackett has said, I just can't see putting any more responsibility on the civic associations and maintenance corporations on this situation. The idea of having to take somebody to court, take your neighbor to court to deal with this issue is just really, really onerous on volunteer organizations.
Okay, can
Call for the question.
Can I ask you to modify something? Did you call for a cease of discussion so we have the public a chance to speak on this? You call for the question, the public can't speak. Up to you.
Let the public speak.
Okay. Anyone from the public who would like to speak on the issue, please come down and sign in. Thanks. So everybody that's interested, please come down and sign in. I know. Again, if you state your name for the record.
Doug Campbell. This was originally the reason why I came down here. I've raised chickens and my Thanksgiving turkey in my backyard for the last 3 or 4 years now. I'll be slaughtering heading tomorrow. I rent, and it's, if you own a piece of property or you rent a piece of property, that's between you and the person that you rent from. But if you own property, we're gonna do what we want with our property. If we wanna raise chickens, we're gonna raise chickens. I didn't know that there was some kind of license I was supposed to have. I'm not going to get the license. It's my land, I'm paying for it, I'm gonna raise chickens. Now, when it comes to these civic associations, I call them communist communes. If you wanna sign away your rights to what you can do to your own property, that's fine. You're not gonna hold the rest of the people in the county financially responsible to support your communist communes.
You live on an acre or more?
I don't know. I haven't measured it up.
Be careful. Any questions?